Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. It has been about a week since I've uploaded a video. I have been making videos over the past couple days, but after going through them, I realized it'd be a whole lot easier to just make an update video and go from there, because a lot of my videos were all over the place and rambling, and nothing was really 100% complete of what I recorded. As you can see, we have a lot of support beams here. Basically, when we got it all together, I was going to just put support beams in between over here and then on this side, but after we got all these full-length floor beams in, I realized I didn't like how it felt. Originally, they just ran full-length across the trailer with nothing in between, and there's just the metal trailer framing in certain areas that supported them, and I didn't like that, so I put a lot of support beams in between. And I know that it will add some weight that wasn't originally there, but we are taking out some things that were originally in the trailer, so I'm hoping that offsets the weight that we have added. So the next thing we had to do after we got the support beams in is we had to repair this underbelly. We used underbelly tape as well as sheets of the underbelly plastic. I found it on Amazon. They come in 4-foot by 14-foot sheets, and we ran the long sheets where we could up under the wood, and everywhere else we just cut and glued it with spray adhesive. And before we had done that, we went through and we taped over any holes that we saw before we laid the actual plastic sheeting down. For instance, over here and down here, there were holes for the original propane lines that we took out. And then, if you remember, in this corner there was a huge rip there, so we had to get all that fixed. I put tape underneath, I put tape on top, and I just kept taping it till it felt strong again and all the holes were covered and the tears were repaired, and then I glued the plastic sheeting over top of it. And that leads us to where we are right now, where we are installing this foam insulation. It's 1-inch board at the bottom and then a 1/2-inch board on top of that. And then we are using foam glue. I'll show you that in a minute, to glue everything in and hold it in place. And then, as you can see, I've been trying to use some spray foam in between. Over here, I can't fit another 1/2-inch board in for some reason. I think it has something to do with the water tank. So this is where I've just been taking out all of the excess foam out of the gun at the end of the day and just kind of leaving it there. Not a big deal. But this is the spray foam I'm using. This is the window and door one. I did get this spray foam gun. The first can that I bought was defective, and nothing would make it stop spraying the foam out, and it began to just spray all over the gun. That was fun. This is the glue I'm using for the foam board. It doesn't melt the foam like other adhesives will. It's made by Loctite. I believe it's like $4 a tube, and it's actually taking a lot of it, so I'm thinking maybe I'm using too much. So what we're gonna do is, we did go under here and we stapled this front section to a lot of these support beams, and then as I move this way and get more of these done, then I'm gonna go underneath and staple all of this underbelly to all these beams as well, and just keep moving that way until we are ready for the plywood that's gonna go down on the floor. So right now I'm getting ready to cut some of this 1-inch board. They do have these lines in between where you can snap it off pretty easily, but I haven't found any real purpose for that, because everything is either bigger than these pieces or smaller than this piece, so it's kind of wasteful. So this is how I'm doing it. I'm just making several measurements, and then I'm going to go over it and straighten everything out using this guy. Don't mind my table. It's decorated with foliage because I actually pulled it out of the woods. it's gonna work right. Nope, it's not gonna be perfect, but it doesn't really need to be perfect, so it's okay. Apparently they make these things called foam blades for your jigsaw, but I don't have any, and neither does Home Depot's. We're using these metal ones from Ace Hardware, and they're kind of crappy. That's okay. Now we're going to go test fit this piece. This might actually go in perfectly, so don't think that this normally happens, because it normally doesn't. That is just about perfect. We'll fill in that area right there that I don't really know what happened. And yeah, we'll get some glue down. So I'm gonna take this piece outside and I'm gonna cut the 1/2 inch piece. I'm just gonna draw around this and cut it just like this one. So unfortunately it started sprinkling and I had to hurry up and put the foam board away and all my tools. And it stopped, but the forecast shows that a pretty big storm is rolling in. So I think that's gonna do it for today. I did get quite a few hours of work in, so feels like a pretty successful day.